Well, here it is, past April the 8th. Past the eclipse. Nothing noteworthy even happened. Nothing noticeable anyways. But anyways, guys, let's get to it. How you doing, guys? About 2 weeks ago, when word of the eclipse started getting out, I started getting texts, started getting phone calls from pretty much everybody who was relatively new to conspiracy theories. The one thing I learned years ago was not to jump the gun. I have heard the end of the world so many times in my lifetime, it doesn't even register anymore. One thing I realized was when the magician is distracting you with their right hand, they're doing their magic with their unseen left hand. So if anything did happen on April the 8th, you were totally unaware of it because you were all busy looking up at this eclipse. Now, we all heard about CERN. We all heard about the rockets that NASA was launching. And people got crazy about it. They thought something catastrophic was going to happen. Well, if it did, we are totally unaware of it. It was an eclipse that bypassed. Next day came, and the next day came, and the next day came. Why live your life in fear? You'd think many of them, especially being ex-JWs, would be aware of this, because this is how they live their entire lives, living in fear of Armageddon. The end was just around the corner. I heard this since 2006. The end was just around the corner. And I figured, okay, it's about ready to happen. Well, here it is now, 2024, and we're all still here. And I'm amazed at how many people lived their entire lives and went to their graves thinking the end was just around the corner. It's been a couple of years since Stephen Lett came out with the final part of the last days, and yet we are still here. But they keep their people living in fear of tomorrow. They keep them wound up tight. And I'm starting to notice this with the population as well. I just could never live my life in fear of something you have no control over. JWs have been notorious for this. And I've watched so many people let their lives pass by because they're in fear of tomorrow. If something is inevitable and you have no control over it, why live in fear of it? You can't stop it. Now, whether there's ever going to be an end of the world, I'll tell you what will cause it. I don't think it's going to be a meteor. I don't think it's going to be global warming. I don't think it's going to be massive flooding. I think it's going to be the sheer stupidity of humans, which is what's going to cause it. I just am amazed in this day and age how many people take every little conspiracy so serious, but they do. I backed off going down so many rabbit holes, I don't even do it anymore, because I found for the most part they are distractions. Watchtower are masters of distractions. And I got news for you. I was still in when they were talking about the changing their message to the judgment message instead of preaching the good news. And I got news for you. Watchtower is in it to make the money. Jehovah's Witnesses will never get that word about the final judgment. Why? Because once they do, the donations stop. Their money stops. And right now, they're trying to rebuild their funds. That's why they're fighting so hard to keep hold of their charity status and their religious status. They want to recoup what they've lost. And once they announce a judgment message, that will stop. Jehovah's Witnesses have been waiting for this for some time. That message of judgment, no, never going to happen. First of all, from a religious standpoint, if the Almighty is the only one who knows when this final day is coming, then why is everybody trying to figure out this last day when it's coming, including Watchtower? At least they've stopped giving out dates. They really stuck their head in it in 1975 and made themselves look foolish. But they made a bundle of money just prior to that, didn't they? The end will never be announced by humans. Is it going to happen ever? I don't know. But I'm not going to live in fear of it. Because the thing is, when you're living in fear of this one particular day, you're losing your entire life living in fear. It's kind of like how many people are afraid of dying. A lot of people. But it's inevitable. Everybody is going to die. Why live in fear of something you have no control over? And I've watched so many people in fear of this eclipse. And this isn't the only event. I've seen a lot of them over the years, and I just could never live my life like that. But Watchtower and other organizations, remember Heaven's Gate some years ago? People don't learn from past mistakes. Watchtower is no different. And one day, when it's too late, Jehovah's Witnesses are going to realize they've been fooled by these goons in Warwick. But that judgment message will never come. And the end will never come. For them anyways. Because the thing is, when Watchtower keeps you so distracted, the end could come and you won't act on it until they tell you to act on it. I got news for you. Watchtower doesn't have a clue when the end is, and they've already proven it. Yet JWs still swear by it. I've heard so many Jehovah's Witnesses say it. They won't make a move until they hear it from the platform, which is rather foolish. I just wanted to get that out there, guys. But keep that in mind. No human knows when the end is going to come. Don't let them keep you distracted. Anyways, guys, you have a good day. I'll be talking to you soon.